Coach Dykes.
Yeah, excited for our players. It was obviously a hard-fought game. It's kind of a strange football game. I don't know that anybody really saw the game going that way. It's two really good offensive football teams and two teams that were probably not great defensively, statistically, but really probably better. Their unit was probably better than they were statistically, and I felt like we were probably as well defensively. So, we played great defense the whole game. I mean, obviously, to limit those guys to 3 points, we made it interesting at the end, which we have a tendency to do sometimes. But really proud of our guys, and great effort tonight. And I thought physically, we've been able to take over games in the second half of the game, and felt like the same thing happened today. We were able to run the football when we needed to, and really proud of our offensive line, our running backs, and ran hard. And thought Max did a great job of managing the game. It wasn't always pretty, but he didn't make any bad decisions, and we made some big plays. Obviously, Quentin's third down conversion right there at the end was a big play. We didn't have to give the ball back to Texas, and just proud of our effort. Thought the guys really played hard, and I don't think you win that game if you don't believe that you're going to win it, and just proud of them for developing that confidence and that belief in each other.
Questions?
Touchdown where there was nobody there defending.
Yeah, I
Did you
think
trick them into that?
no. I think we ran a post, and I think they were kind of passing it off between the corner and the safety, and it was just kind of one of those things where probably communication wasn't what it needed to be, and Max made a heck of a throw. Quentin went up and made the play, and we were fortunate to kind of catch him as, like I said, they were trying to pass it off.
It's one thing to win, when you guys are putting up 38, 40 points, but to win a game like this, a physical game like this, I guess, what did you learn about your team tonight?
Yeah, I think good football teams find ways to win games. You know what I mean? And you're going to have some games like tonight where, you gotta find a different way to win it probably than you've won them in the past. And if you're going to go on a run, that's what you have to do. You got to figure out ways to do it. And again, the big thing for us was, we played such good defense tonight. We really played good complementary football because we didn't turn the ball over. And not turning it over just allowed us to, maximize our possessions. We were pretty solid on special teams, obviously, until the kickoff return there at the end. And, we got a punt, we got a field goal blocked earlier that I'm still not sure how that got blocked. But, you got to give Texas credit, though. I thought they did a great job defensively. I thought they really played fast early in the ballgame. They were playing with a lot of emotion and played fast, and gave us a hard time early. It took us a while to take the edge off of them. And once we did that, we were able to run the ball a little bit better and string together some drives. It wasn't real pretty football, but we were able to move the ball consistently enough to be able to score some points.
How do you take the edge off of them?
Well, just time, just kind of wear them down a little bit, and sustain some drives. And that was the hardest thing. We just, early on, we're having a very difficult time sustaining some drives. And, you go into this game and you think it's going to be a high-scoring shootout, and all of a sudden your mindset changes. We went from, playing very aggressive to having to play more of a defensive mentality game. We punted on fourth down in some situations where, if the game was a little bit different, we probably would have gone for it. Kicked some field goals when same thing, when we probably typically would try to score a touchdown, and felt like the way the flow of the game was, points were going to be at a premium in this game, and so we had to probably adjust our way of thinking a little bit as the game kind of revealed itself to us in some ways.
Coach, you talked about Kendra Miller a lot this year.
Yeah.
He had 138 rushing yards again tonight. What else can you say about his performance this season?
Yeah, I thought Kendra really ran hard. I thought Amani ran really hard. Amari ran really, really, really physical and ran really hard. I thought he finished runs, and Kendra got a little banged up, and Amari came in and ran just as hard. And those two guys, all year, they've done what they did tonight. We've been able to finish games by being able to run the football and run the clock out, and we feel like, again, our offensive line starts to chip away. And that's one thing we talked to the team all about. We just said, look, this is going to be a heavyweight fight. We just got to keep landing, blows and at some point, all those blows will pay off for us. And you can see they started to pay off in the fourth quarter, and all of a sudden the run game starts going. Kendra gets the big run for a touchdown, and all of a sudden the game's different. We're able to run it a little bit, and I think that all begins up front.
Your defense had back-to-back goal line holds.
Yeah, that was obviously really important. Yeah, I thought we did a good job. The thing that we did, I think they had first and goal at the 5, if I'm not mistaken, and we held them out that series, and got them into a negative yardage situation, and they lost some yards, I believe, on first or second down. I think the second down, the quarterback fumbled it, and those 2 stands, I think, were obviously probably as important as anything in the game. When we were able to stop them there, because now all of a sudden we created some separation. We went from a 1 possession game to a 2-possession game, and that's a very high-powered offense. Those guys have a bunch of really really good skill players that can make a big play at any point in time. You've got a runner like Bijan that can take his own play, and if somebody's a little bit late getting the gap, all of a sudden he's gone for a long touchdown. And I thought defensively we just played lights out. I thought we really ran to the ball well. When we missed the tackle, there was somebody else there to pick up the slack. Just really impressed with the effort that we played with. I thought Joe Gillespie and his staff did a great job. I thought they had a real sense of what Texas was trying to do, and made some great calls and put our guys in a good position, and our guys just played. I thought we really played hard up front. I thought we competed very hard, almost 50-50 balls. There were play after play after play where they got a huge receiver, a tight end, going up an opportunity to make a play. Our guys just battled and found ways to keep them from ways to prevent them from catching those balls. And so just really proud of that effort, and happy for the guys.
Coach, what's that mean to you to secure your spot in the Big 12 championship game?
It's a little bit of a relief, honestly. You sit there and you've got a 2-game lead, and all of a sudden you start seeing these scenarios, and it's good to just get that monkey off our back and know that we're gonna have a chance to play in that game. And I don't have any idea who will end up playing. Whoever it is, I'm sure it's going to be really good. But our guys have done a fantastic job of just not paying attention to what all this means. You know what I mean? I think we just decided, look, let's go on this journey together and not worry too much about the destination, and let's just enjoy this process and going through it together. I know that everybody says that and it sounds good, but this team has really done that, and it's been a blast to coach these guys, because they just show up and they go to work, and they love to compete, and they love to play. And it's like we talk about it, they empty the tank on Saturday, and then we start refilling it again on Sunday. And everything they do matters, and everything they do counts, and it allows us to play really well on Saturday. And we'll go do it again this week, and try to go on the road and beat a good Baylor team next week. And so, that's kind of been our process up to this point, and the guys believe in it. And it's been a fun ride, and I think they're enjoying it. And I think it's kept a lot of pressure off of them, and I think this was a great atmosphere tonight, but it wasn't too big for our guys. They were confident and never got rattled, even though things weren't going great at times, and they just kept slugging away.
Did you sense any extra this week with Coach Patterson on the other side with some of the guys?
Not really, and that's not certainly to diminish their relationship with Coach Patterson. Obviously, there's a lot of guys on this team that care deeply for Gary, and everybody in this program appreciates what he did to TCU. He put TCU on the map, and but it's kind of the same thing. I think our guys just saw it as another opportunity to win a football game. You know what I mean? And I think there's always a little bit of extra excitement when you're playing a big brand. I got that sense. When we played Oklahoma early in the year, our guys just had a little bit of extra something. I felt like they had a little extra something in practice this week. But I think it was more just about, going on the road and playing against a good team and understanding that they're going to have to play well. And, like I said, I don't think the game went the way anybody thought it was going to go, but they just kind of kept grinding and kept their head down and found a way found a way to win it.